Hey guys, Gary Barnett here from Barney's. Wanted to have a chat to you today about the differences between printing offshore versus domestically, not only to do with price but also timing, when it's appropriate and so on. I thought this could be really interesting to talk about. So in hand here I have what I would call a dummy or a mock-up. This is essentially for the case study what we're looking to produce overseas. So this is a 324 page perfect bound or section sewn hardcover book or catalogue. Alternatively, we have a smaller one. This one's 228 pages. Now these are unprinted. This is actually based on a real case study, so I'm going to take you through some real figures here. So let me just hold this. So the challenge that we have is we have a large organisation wanting to produce this product and that product, but actually in a series of 4 catalogues, and they would like to explore doing it offshore. In order to do it offshore, you need to leave yourself enough time. The time to manufacture the job is actually the same as producing it domestically or overseas. A job of this nature can take about 7 to 8 days to complete after a proof is approved, and then it's over to the shipping stage. Generally it takes about 7 days to load onto a ship, generally 1 week, so 5 to 7 days. Depending which part of Asia it's coming from, it can be anywhere from 11 days plus on the water, and then another week loading off and moving through customs clearance and then a delivery to one point in your particular state. So all up, it may take about 3+ weeks longer than producing it domestically, but there are some big savings to be had. So what I've done here is I've actually put 4 quotes received, and they're real quotes, but to protect the names of the local print providers, I've actually removed those. What we have here is a quantity of 5,000 of this product here. So this is let me just explain what we're dealing with. This is a perfect bound 4-page cover, 310 GSM high bulk cover, and 128 GSM satin text pages. 324 pages. We're looking at a section sewn spine and full colour throughout, a lamination on the outside to protect it, shrink wrapped and then carton packed and then sea freighted. Okay, so that's the product. When we took this as a tender or a bid to the local market, we had a huge range of pricing that was offered to us. Now 4 of the prices range from $43,500 up to $48,000, $53,300 and $59,000. So there's a huge range: $43,500, $48,000, $53,000 and $59,000. Each of these local providers would probably take about 2 weeks to complete this job, perhaps even 3 weeks. But in any case, when we spoke to our offshore panel, we were able to source pricing and offer that to our client mid-30s, so around $35,000. Now that includes what I think is very important is Western management of this job. It's one thing to deal with an offshore printer in Asia, but there are many war stories of Asian suppliers being happy to take the money up front, because most of the time you pay up front. The job is shipped and then it's often a bag of surprises once you open up the shipping container and look at the quality, and there is no recourse generally. So we think it's important to have Western management who can liaise with known suppliers offshore, where we have our own team in Asia as well to manage the project. So that explains very simply what is possible. $35,000, that's $8,500 cheaper than this one, $13,000 cheaper than this one. I've got to do my maths here. $18,000 cheaper here, and then over $22,000 cheaper here. So big numbers. Now because this is a series of 4 catalogues, even if we took the lowest priced local supplier, we're talking about $8,500 saving times 4, we're up around $34,000 saving, which goes straight to the bottom line to any corporate client that you can offer that to. And that's really important. A former employer of mine used to say that the two things that you should do as an employee, and I also say as a supplier, is make money or save money for your employer. So that's our responsibility. So there's a really good example on one program of a series of 4 catalogues of how easy it is to save money. Now, if you're happy to wait, if your client is happy to wait that extra 3 weeks, this becomes very possible. The other thing that can be offered is to air freight a short quantity of these in. It might be that for a launch date or an event or a sales conference, you may need 100 copies in advance of the 5,000 that are being produced. That can be turned around in 3 extra days. So that's a really good outcome, and the balance can follow thereafter. Anyway, in closing, just wanted to say thank you. If we can be of any assistance, provide any further detail, please reach out to myself or any of the great team here at Barney's. We'd be happy to help. Thank you.